Greetings and salutations. Long-haired freaky dude here, Jakey Stief, and today I'm going to review Oedipus at Colonus by Sophocles, translated into English prose by Richard C. Jebb. When I read translations, I prefer prose. Verse translations are beautiful and all, and are necessary if the play is to be performed, but too often I find the translator focusing more on keeping rhythm and rhyme structures than with keeping the meaning of the original text. Now, of course, the best route would be to read it in its original language. But if we all did that, then there'd be a bunch of polyglots running around. And who wants that? Oedipus at Colonus. Before I proceed, I warn you that there just may be a few minimal spoilers, but nothing you don't find out after the first few lines of the play. This play takes place after the events of Oedipus the King, a play also by Sophocles, and is a prelude to the events in Antigone by Sophocles and Seven Against Thebes by Aeschylus. While it's not necessary to read Oedipus the King, or Oedipus Rex as it might be titled, it is recommended so that it may build your foundation of historical knowledge. It will definitely help to better your understanding of this play. One must keep in mind that the content of these plays were often of tales, stories, and fables that everyone of the time knew. So Sophocles didn't put too much time into constructing background, because everyone already knew it. He just jumps right in. But anyways, Oedipus has been shamed from the throne after having accidentally killed his father during a fit of road rage, and after having accidentally had sex with his mother and bore twins. How that happens, I don't know. He blinded himself with shame and is now a beggar in Colonus. Initially, the people of Colonus are appalled by Oedipus and his legendary woes, but come to accept him and treat him with an unbefore experienced hospitality. Oedipus is also treated kindly by his daughters Antigone and Ismene, but not so by his twin sons, whom he left the city of Thebes to share rule over. His sons disrespect him. And the play is essentially about his sons and others trying to kill or defile Oedipus's body. Seeing that this seems to be the focal point of the play, after you learn the outcome, it might be hard to understand why this play is a tragedy. Its ending is far from as horrific and tragic as the other Greek tragedies. In fact, I thought the ending was kind of happy and comedic, considering the focal point of the play. I suppose it was perhaps considered a tragedy because of the events which followed. I'm not really sure on that, but what's your thoughts if you've read this? Did you find the end to be tragic, as tragedy tends to be in Greek plays? Was the tragedy in the disobedience of his sons, his failing there? I'm not sure. But overall, I thought this play to be very enjoyable. A nice break from the trend of other Greek tragedies that I've been reading. Also, unlike some of the other works from this time, there are some almost heroic characters in this play, in that they have few flaws and do much good. This is the first time I've noticed a character of this sort in Greek texts, other than a god. Perhaps this marks a subtle change towards the emergence of philosophers such as Plato and Aristotle, who to some extent tried to find out if man really could be perfect. The idea that man could be godlike? Maybe I'm overreaching there, but it does seem curious. It does seem like that was the beginning of the transition into those philosophers. Well, that is Oedipus at Colonus by Sophocles, translated into English verse by Richard C. Jebb. I encourage you all to read this, but only after first reading Oedipus the King. And once you finish this, I further implore you to read Antigone and Seven Against Thebes, which I also have reviews for right here. What do you know? They're continuances of the same story. Now, I'll go ahead and read the first few lines from the play so you can gather how this particular translation reads by Richard C. Jebb. Prose. Here we go. Oh, dang, now I put the bookmark in the wrong place. Alright, Oedipus at Colonus. Oedipus, daughter of the blind old man, to what region have we come, Antigone, or what city of men? Who will entertain the wondering Oedipus today with scanty gifts? Little crave I, and when yet less, that little, and therewith am content. For patience is the lesson of suffering, and of the years in our long fellowship, and lastly of a noble mind. My child, if thou seest any resting place, whether on profane ground or by groves of the gods, stay me and set me down, that we may inquire where we are. For we stand in need to learn as strangers of denizens, and to perform their bidding. Antigone. Father, toil-worn Oedipus, the towers that guard the city, to judge by sight, are far off, and this place is sacred to all seeing, thick set with laurel, olive, vine, and in its heart a feathered choir of nightingales make music. So sit thee here, on the unhewn stone, thou hast travelled a long way for an old man. Alright, I'll stop there. That's a good intro to Richard C. Jebb translation. I just got bit by a mosquito. I'm Jake Stief, and have a great day. Arr.